that certain acts, let us say of philanthropy, kindness or anger, you indulge the act, it is the same areas of the brain that have the suffusion of blood or the flow of certain hormones. And if you don't do those acts, you only think, it is the same areas of the brain that are activated. And there are organizations in the world right now, you may have heard or not heard, places like Club of Budapest, of which I am a member, and Princeton University was part of it, and Institute of Noetic Sciences, and they are working on testing the existence of subtle unified fields. What happens if 10 people meditate here and 20 people meditate there? What connections are established? What I'm driving at is all these questions of the ecological destruction, what yoga has to offer. I don't believe in this slogan of sustainable development. That is still looking at the earth only as a material resource, as a raw material. Oh, let's not take more raw material than the earth can produce. That's not where the solution is. Somebody is going to do it anyway, unless his thoughts change. The only answer, the yamas and niyamas that Marian has talked about, the fifth yama in the practice of yoga called aparigraha, thought of non-grabbing, training our minds for non-grabbing. For not accumulating more, very much more than what we can get by with. Every time you buy a new shirt, give away the old one. Don't keep on adding to your wardrobe. Buy a smaller car. Use a bicycle. Walk. Take less. Each individual taking less from nature. This word has to reach those who are the ones responsible for taking vast amounts from which a tiny particle trickles down to you and me. The answer to planetary warming is in that word, aparigraha, non-grabbing, and non-violence, ahimsa. But these principles should come to us naturally from within, not out of fear. One who does not become violent because he or she is afraid that the other party will respond with heavier violence is not practicing non-violence. He is practicing cowardice. When non-violence and non-grabbing, reduced possessiveness come from within, the planet will be balanced. How will it come from within? There, experiencing the philosophy becomes important. Experiencing that from which this philosophy arose. As I said, that the philosophy of yoga is not speculative, that somebody sits down and thinks of these thoughts and writes them down. One experiences the fullness of interior consciousness in the state of meditation. And from that interior consciousness, something flows that says, this is right. And teaches that to his disciples, and then it is handed down as a philosophy. So once in your meditation you have experienced the unity of the vast spaces of the universe, who shall be violent against whom? People who come to my ashram and they sometimes come and volunteer to help me with my work. And as anywhere in the world, there's nothing magical about it. The ashram gate, that the moment you enter, you become a saint. The same little frictions go on. Swamiji doesn't like me. Swamiji, this person was very malicious. It goes on. No. And I sit there and I watch it. And I tell them, in hurting them, no, they say, Swamiji, we love you, we serve you, we work for you. I say, but if you loved me, you would love my family. I say, in hurting them, you're hurting me because I am the soul in them. They're taken aback. But I speak that from my personal meditation experience. Every disciple and every student of mine, I am the soul in them. They're not separate from me. When the soul of every tree will become your soul, you will not cut the ancient forests.